Our final group, and Karen Stupples is out there watching.
And the weather today is a little bit on the blustery side again. Not quite as bad as it was a couple of days ago on the first round, but it's definitely causing the players some indecision with regards clubs into the green. This is an awkward putt here for Lexi, and it's uphill, and there's like a little tiny ridge that she's going to have to negotiate, go up and over and then back down to the hole and to the right. It's going to require some good touch, Morgan.
Yeah, so far today, Karen, surprising me a little bit. There is only one birdie today on the 9th hole. That belongs to Carlotta Saganda, who went through quite a few groups ahead of Lexi here.
With it playing into, sorry, Grant, with it playing into the wind, I think that makes this whole play a lot tougher.
Get there.
She just 3-putted the 8th for par after lighting up Blythefield on the front 9 yesterday with a 29. A birdie here yesterday. Morgan finished off a big run for Lexi, her best ever, 6 straight holes with the birdie or better.
Definitely an accessible spot for the players.
Similar length putt for Lexi that she had for birdie at the 8th, and couldn't get it to fall. This for par.
No, but no matter what happens today, I think that she can take a lot of positives from her tournament. She's put some good rounds together. String of birdies yesterday. It was the most she's had in a row. And I think for Lexi, this is part of the process of getting back on that sole.
She announced a couple of weeks ago at the U.S. Women's Open that she'll be stepping away full-time from the LPGA Tour at the end of this season, but still. And back over to the 10th. You can see the 11th tee box in the distance. Lexi's 3rd.
And she's got 108. She's on a bit of a downslope. And you don't, because it's downwind, it's not going to stop as quickly as you might think.
That could just a completely different day. Moment ago, Lexi for birdie at 10.
Well, and this putt is uphill. And that could be the momentum she needs, Morgan.
Yeah, this club worked very well for her yesterday. Made over 100 feet of putts and saw that line.
65 yesterday with that incredible front 9, and I don't know that there's anywhere on tour she loves more than this place, Blythefield, where she won in 2015, and the crowds love her back.
They really do, and as a player, when you feel the crowd is with you, it feels like a very, it's like coming home. I mean, it's like you know that they're rooting you on every step of the way, and you kind of want to perform for them, but you know that they want the very best for you as well. And these par 3s, they're tricky here at Blythefield. This is 149 today. The wind is off the left, but there seems to be a little bit of hurt coming into the players as well, which is what's causing the players to think hard about it.
Yeah, Lexi needs to get a little bit of height here, a little extra height to get it to stop close to this hole. It's been such a firm green, Karen.
It has been. She does have some height here. Started it left of the flag, fading towards it.
A smart play, as we've seen what happens when you come up just this is the issue for her as of late. I mean, she's 2nd so far this week in greens and regulation, just putting on a ball striking clinic.
Lexi with a birdie at the 10th, trying to back it up with another here at 11.
And this one should move to the left. And I like that, the follow through that she put there on that practice stroke.
Only 5 birdies so far today through the entire field on this hole. just misses on the high side. Looked like a good roll. She talked about how she was really picking a high point where
When she contended at the 2021 BMW in Korea, led after the first couple of rounds and gave her confidence, went on to win Q Series. It's back to the 12th we go, and Lexi.
She's got 130. Balls above her feet and on an upslope. Back into the wind here. Hole location tucked on the right side. So this one's quite safe left of the flag.
Yeah, it's a similar putt to the one we just saw Narin On make in the group ahead. But you could see she was trying to.
Back at the 12th, Lexi Thompson for birdie.
And this one could roll out just a little bit more than some of the other putts. The hole is definitely slanted away from Lexi.
Lexi Thompson is not going away. Won her first of 11 titles with her dad Scott on the bag.
That was a bizarre pitch shot. Didn't take it back nearly far enough there.
Yeah.
Lexi up and away on the 14th. She is known for her power and her aggressive nature, and this back nine certainly complements that style of play. Again with Lexi on the 14th, and this is an eagle chance.
Down a little slope right there. Very good. Is it going to make it all the way down there? Lovely putt. Wonderful speed. She talked about trying to really pick. It takes it all together is the winning formula. You can't just have a few pieces of it. You've got to have all of it put together and all to come together for 4 days.
Well, Karen, Lexi shot 29 on the front nine yesterday en route to a 65, a little bit more quiet on the back. Today it's the opposite situation. What have you noticed since she's made the turn that's really kicking things up for her?
Well, I think it's been all about the, making a couple of putts and, gaining a little bit of momentum. I think the birdie on 10 was huge. And I think really just putting herself in better positions. She's made some good long putts today. And I think she looks pretty comfortable. Like in general, her swing looks pretty flowing right now, and she looks as comfortable as I've seen her on a golf course in quite some time. She's got a 9-iron here. And Morgan, this whole location is a bit of a beast because you don't want to go long, and you don't want to go right.
And ideally, just a little bit short and left. I talked to her dad out at the Open a couple of weeks ago. He said they'd really found something in her swing, that she'd gotten into some bad habits, and she's a bit too stiff on the ball, trying to allow her arms to fold a little bit more in the takeaway and not get the club so stuck behind her. And I think that's why I feel like that's not going to be enough, but posting at 16, but you never know.
Lexi's birdied every other hole since the 10th. We'll see if she can make it 2 in a row at 14 and 15.
Well, she held the follow-through of that stroke, but
now coming from the polar opposite situation, just trying to get down from long range. Back at the tee here at 16, we have Lexi Thompson.
Lexi does not need a driver here in spite of that really heavy wind, but yesterday she did pull her tee shot left into the rough pretty close to that tree, and she wants to avoid doing that today. So, but right now we're getting some serious wind gusts on this tee, probably as strong as I've felt it all day.
She did have a little bit of the left coming down the stretch yesterday, Karen, but with that front hole location, it's so important to find the fairway here.
Evidenced by Narin On's situation just a few moments ago.
there's a crosswalk sign through the end of the fairway. I think that's the kind of line that players are looking to set this ball up, because this fairway does kick down to the right. Oh, and this is quite nice.
She is so popular, not only on tour, but particularly around these parts where she won in 2015. The fans, 21 years old. Back to Lexi. At the 16th, giving a good look here, Karen, to the second shot.
Only was color. That's
Yeah. Kicks in a little bit from the right as well. 29 right to left. You've got no to chip it, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have to chip this. I don't think the full next one. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Just going uphill, my ball is a little short. Okay,
in the air, you know?
Well, that's good then. I was kind of need that, so okay.
Huh.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good tempo, like right to left.
She's got 120
Good
yards.
feel.
And general feel is that the wind is going from right to left, but there's just a hint of help in this, I think, too, from this angle. She's got a wedge out. Does have a slight upslope.
Gosh, there's a new caddy on the bag this week, Mark Wallington, who Lexi said has been super positive and feels like that's really helped her. And there you heard her say, my ball tends to go a little bit shorter up the hill. So even still trying to work through for him to learn her game and how she plays, that's going to funnel back. Didn't go all the way back down. Left it below the hole.
Back here at the 16th, and the third shot now for Lexi Thompson.
I've got the putter out, and I feel quite good about putting it from this point. It would be a pretty awkward stance for a chip, because she's got a little downslope behind her that would impact the way she wanted to chip this. It's uphill all the way to the hole. Should move left as well.
Be a similar putt, actually, to the one we just saw Allie Ewing miss. Maybe a little bit longer.
I can't imagine she's too happy with that putt.
So left it below the hole. The green there.
Back at the 16th, this is for par for Lexi.
And you would think this would move to the left. I don't think it does as much as you think, given the way her putt rolled to this point and the way Grace has stayed out to the left as well.
Nearly straight back up the hill. Allie missed it on the right side.
So good, and so important with all of her strength and that par 5 18th still ahead. That is a must make.
A really good looking stroke there.
A little bit. I mean, we come down a little bit left of it. I'm not that straight, yeah. Coming down on it, yeah.
The tree just left the exact way.
Well, we come down there. Should be just across. Whatever I'm doing, orange down there. More target.
Lexi and Mark sizing things up here at the 17th, Karen.
Absolutely, Kelly, and the wind is moving to the left, so we'll push the ball towards that left side. This fairway dog legs round to the right, but you want to make sure that you take enough club to get round the corner of the dog leg. If you end up too far down the right, you can be blocked out by the trees. Typically a shot down the left side is probably more favorable, but with the bunkers, that very fast, small little pot-looking bunker down that left side does come into play. And you do have to hit a very precise tee shot here.
Tee moved up a little bit today. Lexi going with driver, sending it over those trees on the right. Is it drawing back?
Sure did.
What a bounce.
Good line,
Mark said, good line. She said he was positive. Not so sure, but it worked out. And she might not quite be able to.
That's a double stress fracture there with that next shot. She'll be facing short-sided in the deep bluegrass rough. Lexi Thompson from 106.
And, I mean, the difficulty. The difficulty here for Lexi is the fact that the wind is very gusty into her right now, and every once in a while it'll pick up 5 to 10 miles per hour, which it has just literally done. She's got a slight downslope, which is going to be helpful to her to keep the trajectory of the shot down. Just waiting for that gust to pass.
It's just going to make it difficult to get it close, Karen, because there's not much space over the edge of the green. Only about 5 paces over that bunker to the hole location.
It's one of those flags that you think, oh, I want to be aggressive to it, but you know that there's not, as you were saying, not much room there, so you might want to go just a hair right of it. Trying to work this to the left a bit, but as suspected, out to the right.
Yeah, she was able to get more spin on that than we've seen anybody else today.
She has a great look there in what she told us a few weeks ago is her swan song full-time season on the LPGA Tour. She is going to take a reprieve from the game of golf and work on her life balance. Wants to take some time for herself, and this. Oh, that music perhaps a little more fitting for Naren On's situation, but Lexi with a chance here to get to 16 under par with the par 5 18th still ahead.
And she's made some good putts today from this range. And this is downhill. It's going to move to the left. She doesn't have to work too hard to get the ball to the hole.
Revolution short. Looks like she had a pretty good line there, Karen. But in this situation, you kind of feel like you gotta get it to the hole, gotta give it a chance. Steam off of it.
Back on the tee, Lexi hoping to feast on this par 5.
Well, and this is an interesting tee shot for Lexi. The bunker that is down there, that is staring right in the player's face, right in the landing zone for a lot of players. I think if Lexi gets hold of a good one with this wind direction, she can certainly carry the left half of it, if not all of it.
She missed it well left yesterday, Karen.
Oh, and this is going over that left half of it, so if it's, she looks like she struck it well enough.
Just gonna run through into the left rough.
Good lie, though.
She is just lovely taking charge, and we've seen quite a few mistakes coming down the stretch.
Well, the whole location's working for her on this side, Karen.
It is, for sure. And the lie's a little bit fluffy, but I can see a lot of the ball from here. So I don't think getting a good strike on this is going to be hard. She's got 170 to the front, 182 to the hole. And I am 100% certain that Lexi has eagled this hole before. In all those years of playing here and all those many under pars that she's had around this golf course.
What a... No time like this to take advantage of a par 5.
Oh, they like it. Just a bit much, perhaps some adrenaline in that golf swing, or maybe it was the lie, but just over the green.
With it being such a good lie, it almost looked like it jumped on her a little bit, Karen, but a good swing.
I think it did more.
She is a major champion, so too is Lilia Vu, twice a major champion last year.
I think it shows just, you know, she's been thinking about it for a while, and to finally make that decision and have peace with it. You find some more peace within yourself on the golf course. And she's talked about trying to be kinder to herself, not take it so seriously, really enjoy the remainder of this year. And she said all week, there's not really...
Back on the par 5 18th, and this is Lexi Thompson's third from off the back of the green.
And has some kind of a wedge out here. Not got the putter out. And I think the general consensus of opinion is that when a player pulls out something to chip with rather than putt from off the green, that they're planning on trying to make this shot. From where she is, it is all downhill towards the hole. It should kick a little left, which is another advantage to chipping, is that you can take out some of that break and some of that downslope.
She does very often like to putt this type of a shot, Karen. I'm a bit surprised. Is there something in her way, like a sprinkler head maybe?
No, I just think it's the uncertainty of having to putt uphill through the fairway height of grass. Then the ball's going to hit the speed slot on the green as it goes downhill towards the hole, plus a bit of left turn. I think by chipping it, you take out a lot of all that kind of feely guesswork that you need to play the putt well from this spot. I think she wants to go ahead and win this outright by chipping in.
Yeah, this golf course is in wonderful shape. It's like chipping off carpet, especially with a little bit of an upslope here. Oh my gosh, Karen, she almost did. Wow.
Well, a brilliant setup, Karen. You were spot on. She had eyes for the cup.
I can't quite figure out how that didn't take one more revolution and fall in. What a wonderful shot in that moment with all the pressure, knowing what she has to do. Ball is still in Grace's court, but Lexi, what a finish.
Fans are getting what they want. They have been rooting her on the entire week. And for most of her career at the Meijer LPGA Classic. Watch this one more time. It just puts the brakes on.
And her reaction, look at this. She feels like it's in, it's in. Oh, this place would have absolutely erupted had that fallen in.
Part of Lexi Thompson's language. She likes to go for things, and looks like she's going to try to bite off as much of this par 5 yardage as possible.
Well, she's got a good look at it from the first time round in regulation. She can carry that bunker, which is a huge advantage. I mean, you'd rather carry it on the left half of it because that's slightly less than carrying it all over the right side. But she won't be afraid to let this one rip.
Good shot.
Taking it dangerously up the right, but no problem. Okay, kind of an unlucky kick across the fairway, actually.
Looks like a decent lie advantage, Lexi Thompson, for the moment. Now let's get back to Lexi. The lie looks pretty decent, Karen.
It is. I think it's actually slightly better than the last time she was in the rough. I can see more of the ball this time. She's got 164 to the front, 176 hole. Very similar yardage as well.
And likely learned, Morgan, from the way the ball reacted last time, getting real hot going through the green.
Yeah, last time she landed it close to hole high. This time, Karen needs to land it right about on the front edge.
Yeah, there's a little upslope there that you can pitch it into that will take some of that speed out of it. Haven't had a signal from Mark Wallington, her caddy, as to what club, but 164 to the front. This is either a 7. That would be my guess. Might even be the 8 because of the adrenaline.
Good look there. It was the 7-iron. Karen just run through the green. Maybe hang on there. A little bit of a pull. Maybe the rough turning the club over just ever so slightly, but a lengthy putt for eagle.
Well, they love her around here.
Enough with her opponents both having eagle opportunities.
And Karen, how about for Lexi?
Well, this is from long range. It is all downhill all the way to the hole. And it's got the feel that it can run away from you very quickly once the ball gets to the hole. It's going to be quite difficult to get the right speed and to even get the ball to the hole. You can see she's looking at a spot, 15 feet away from it, where she expects the ball to take the final turn in towards the hole from the left.
Karen, that's what she said she's really been working on this week. I mean, yesterday made over 100 feet of putt. She said, I'm trying to pinpoint a spot on the green where I want to roll the ball and visualize the line as it heads towards the hole. And I love what she did there, really trying to pick that spot in the middle. Mark really involved.
As he has been all week. And I do think that, I mean, you said it today as well. He talks to her constantly, keeps her mind occupied. Doesn't let her sit and think about things too much, because he's always talking to her. And I always think that's kind of key for players, because if they're a little nervous, you need something to take your mind off what's going on. And I think he's done a great job of that for her this week.
Yeah, it's worth repeating. This is his first week on the bag with her. She brought him on to enjoy the experience, not so much get too cerebral. Now they have a chance at victory.
Good call, Karen. It'd be tough to get that to the hole. It looked like it hopped just a little bit coming out of that fringe. Bit of a sigh of relief here.
There's no doubt about it, Morgan, that is exactly what goes through a player's mind. You almost say to yourself, just give me a chance to make my putt. Just give me the chance. And Lexi has that chance.
It's even a little further than I thought it was, Karen. Looks like 10, 12 feet.
It's not an easy range to make.
She can't expect the other two to miss. She has to make this putt.
Count it. Clutch putt by Lexi Thompson.
That was superb. She knew she needed to make it. This club, she changed her grip coming in to this week. No longer putting with the claw. You see a more conventional type grip. And it has paid off this week.
There is something about this place that really brings out the best in Lexi. It's perhaps the setup of the golf course that has...
She had on the first playoff hole.
So we mentioned Lexi Thompson bursting onto golf's main stage at the age of 12, and now the elder stateswoman in this group at the age of 29, still in her 20s and on her farewell tour.
And an undisputed fan favorite, Kelly. Everywhere she goes, always goes the extra mile for the fans, spectators, sponsors.
likes it.
It's good. Same place as before, I believe.
Yeah, a run through on that left side there, but almost the exact same play.
Now, there's more grass behind the ball here, so this one could come out a little squirrely. You know, take maybe more distance off of it, but she's got 8 yards longer than she just had. 172 front, 184 to the hole. I suspect this should be the same club. This should be the 7, which I kind of like because it should land on the front and bounce up.
And that tree in the way as well, forcing her to aim a little further to the right.
Can use that as a guide, Morgan. And this is the left half of the green as well.
Now the club face shut down again like it did last time. She's going to be in a similar spot. Maybe almost the exact same place, slightly closer than she was. So she'll have an idea that it's not all of that quick.
Players tend to go to school off of other players' lines, but she can go to school off of her own just a matter of moments ago when they played this hole the first time.
Yeah, but, you know, all these players have that certainly intensity that you'd expect to have in a playoff, but also, you know, Lexi really seems to be enjoying the moment, knowing that she is stepping away from full-time competitive golf. You never know how many more opportunities like this you're going to have, and she's totally comfortable with that and okay with it, but when it's here, soak it up, especially with this crowd here in Grand Rapids.
She was asked yesterday, what's the proudest moment of her career? She said, really, there's 2. One's proud and one's special. Pride came when she got her first win at the Navistar LPGA Classic with her dad, Scott, on the bag. Happy Father's Day to Scott, who's somewhere in that crowd today. And also the special moment, being able to get the first win under the belt is always a big process, a learning process, but you take that, you go to a major championship, you've got your family hanging around, you take the dive into Poppy's Pond. She said that'll be the most special. But if she can get this victory, Morgan, with all that's transpired in the last few weeks since she announced her retirement from a full schedule, you'd have to maybe put it up there.
It has been long awaited from Lexi, from the fans. You can almost feel like they're just willing her, or trying to will her to victory here, but you know, she's executing. All of these players really have executed tremendously down the stretch under some pressure. That putt that she made the first playoff hole of about 10-12 feet, that was incredibly clutch, and then for Lilia and Grace to match it, it's been a fun display of golf here, Kelly.
It's interesting when you are able to unload and get some things off of your chest, as she did when she made her announcement. She mentioned the struggles that she's had balancing the personal life with the golf course life, struggles on and off the course as well, dabbling in both departments. But she does seem to have a bit of a more light and airy feel to her this week.
Yeah, she's been in the spotlight since she was 12 years old, you know, when she first qualified for the Women's Open. And just those years and years with the spotlight and the pressure, it can definitely take an emotional and mental toll on you. And Lexi's been very open about that, not just over the past couple of months, but throughout her entire career.
Karen, 5 years since her last LPGA victory at the ShopRite Classic. You know she can practically taste this one.
No doubt about it, but her game this week has been trending. Every day that she's played, you could see the improvements, and the confidence has been coming back into her game. And you can't help but think there was an element of freedom with coming to the conclusion that, you know, this is the last year that she will play full-time, and she has her goals set on making the Solheim Cup, but her game is certainly good enough to keep contending throughout this entire season. This putt is quick. It's down that hill. Slightly different angle from the last time. More downhill at the start than the last time.
definitely trying to have a little more pace.
That was an educated stroke.
Yeah, good correction there. And I think it should be noted, too, we talk about Lexi stepping away. It's not because she doesn't think that she can compete. It's truly because she wants to. She wants to have more of a life outside of this crazy world of professional golf. And, you know, people will look at this and say, oh, she can win this. And now the pressure back on Lexi.
It's funny how things turn so quickly. She looked the most likely to birdie this hole, and still seems to be the case. But now she has to birdie this hole.
Yes, she does.
Okay, so all three successfully in with birdie, which means we are extending to a third playoff hole. We will head to the par 5 fourth, leaving the 18th, and they will attack a different par 5.
And no discredit to either of the other two competitors, but it's pretty obvious who the fans here are cheering for. She has been a big part of this event for so many years. Understands the contributions that Meijer has made both to the LPGA and to the community here, especially with their Simply Give program.
Well, you want excitement, you've got either. All right, more of a straightaway here, Karen. So what's going through the mind, you think?
Well, for Lexi, with this tee shot, the bunker on the left doesn't, I mean, I think with a really good solid drive with a bit of air under it, I think she can carry it. It's going to be a shot of about 254, maybe even just 250 if the tee's up a little bit from where the line is. Wind off the left, just a solid strike, and she can take it down that left side.
Distracted by some wind or something, or just not, maybe not her target fully committed.
Yeah, there didn't appear to be too much wind down here on the fairway, but there's a lot of movement with spectators and gallery trying to get into a position to watch their favorite hit their shot.
Set up just a little open with her feet, and yeah, little left.
It bounced out of the bunker though.
Well, that makes a huge difference.
The fairway, and this is a look at where her ball ended up. So, Karen, what does it look like from here?
Well, the ball's quite above her feet. She's got a good lie, but the ball's well above her feet. She's got...
The one on the right is 180. The one on the left is 200.
She's got two...
Yeah, 192 to the back of it.
Now, in an ideal world, the strategy from here, I mean, the tendency is to want to take it as deep as you can down there, but I personally think that's a...
We're going to get it out of you yet, Karen.
Well, I like what Mark said there. 180 to the front bunk, to the bunker on the right. I think she can't get to the green. But you have...
Don't want to be too far back.
You have to think about your angle to that flag. If you go too far left for your layup, your shot's going to be downwind over the front bunker, and to a flag that's tight on that side, that's not a good angle, and it's not going to give you the best opportunity to get close. The best opportunity is from the right side of this fairway.
Just want to make sure you have a good look for birdie. What can I do after getting a break off the tee? More left maybe than she was looking, but that is just fine. Chasing down the fairway, that'll leave.
And now Lexi, Karen.
She has 76 yards. And that's a number that Lexi would have practiced quite a bit. I mean, 75 is a popular number to work on if you're a player out here on the LPGA Tour. Wind down and off the left. Just switched just a hair right now.
Everything's going slow.
Really difficult to get this close from this side of the fairway to that flag.
Especially if the wind as well, Karen.
Yeah, it's been gusty and it's just switching around just a bit more to the left at the moment. And Gracie, it was directly down. Now for Lexi, it's just helping and off the left. Got to strike
Expect
so
her to take
pure to
dead
get
aim
this
here,
win.
Karen.
Yeah.
Even still, just can't get any more spin than that. These greens are so firm, and like Karen said, just a poor angle into that left hole location.
It's in quite a good spot. I mean, it's uphill towards the hole. She can give this one a good roll. And I like the fact, Morgan, that she's picking out the line.
Yeah, she and Mark have gone through this similar sort of routine. Pick a spot where she wants to roll the ball over about halfway to the hole. Let it die off the high point.
Wasn't quite sure how she felt about that putt with that reaction.
Yeah, just not quite enough break. I think she knew it pretty much right away. Maybe didn't quite hit her target line that she was looking, and again, it's completely now out of her control and in Lilia's hands.